Welcome to D. Harris Field on the campus of White County High School in Sparta, Tennessee. Good evening, everyone. It's time for Tullahoma Wildcat Football on Light Tube and the Duck. We are in the Bosky's Grill press box high atop D. Harris Stadium here in Sparta, Tennessee. Bosky's top-of-the-line steaks are just a short drive to Bosky's at Willowbrook Golf Course in Manchester. They have a course for everyone at Bosky's. Sponsors tonight include Southern Electric, Owens Provisions, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, Hogan's Collision Center, American Mulch and Landscaping, Midtown Nutrition, Bosky's Grill, and TUA Light Tube. This broadcast is presented on 93.9 The Duck by Hogan's Collision Center. Satisfaction guaranteed, or you get the dent back at Hogan's, 108 Brown Street in Tullahoma, along with Everett Stetson back at the Duck Studio. Chris and Eric are here running the light tube operation. Ken Keller's alongside. I'm Scott Chastain. Welcome in to week 4 of the high school football season. White County out of Region 4A, 2-1 on the season. Tullahoma out of Region 4 5A. 3-0 on the year, Coach. Beautiful night, beautiful field, fine crowd. Should be a good one.
Yeah, 4 weeks in a row, perfect conditions. The sun has just set here. Got a pretty good crowd, and we got a great anticipation night of football here.
All right, let's talk about what we know about this White County team. Again, 4A. They're 2-1. They lost their first game by a point to Soddy Daisy. They've won the next 2. When we look at this roster, we look at some of the top players that they pointed out to us, and we look at the senior banners along the front of the Bosky's Grill press box. This team's only got 12 seniors. Most of their playmakers are juniors.
Yeah, they are. They're young, but they are not without talent. You know, last night Coach Sisk on Wildcat Weekly said they got a couple of really big defensive linemen. One of those committed to Carson Newman, and another good quarterback we're fixing to face. That'll be 4 weeks in a row, Scott. We face an athletic, adept quarterback.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. We'll see, right. We'll see what he puts out. The quarterback, number 3, Tucker Pinion, a junior. White County coming off a great year. They were 10-3 last year. They went to the third round of the Class 4A playoffs, and when you go to the third round in any classification, you got to be pretty good.
Yeah, that's solid. 10-3, that's a great season.
But they lost a bunch of those guys. So let's take a look at your Tullahoma Wildcats starting lineup. Check out the lineup of electrical and plumbing supplies and fixtures at Southern Electric and Plumbing Supply in Tullahoma. Everything you need in stock, 107 Southeast Atlantic Street. Plumbing, electric, everything you need at Southern Electric Plumbing and Supply. For the Wildcats on the offensive line, number 70, Landon Sharp, 6'4", 287, sophomore. Number 51, Caesar Ibarra, 5'11", 275, senior. Number 71, Henry Kinsey, 6'4", 300 or so, senior. Number 50, Junior Mares, 5'10", 321, senior. Number 66, Elijah Horton, 6'2", 235, senior. Number 82, Gavin Seabolt, 6'5", 229, senior. Wide receiver, number 8, Alex Bobo, 6'1", 184, senior. He is Tullahoma's leading receiver. Number 7, Caden Poff, 6 foot, 153, senior. Number 6, Aiden Kelly, 6 foot, 160, senior. The running back, number 22, Marvancy Johnson, 5'10", 196, senior. And the quarterback, number 16, Lucas Reed, 6'2", 189, a senior. Coach, we talked last night about the fact Marvancy Johnson averaging 22 points a game. He's on pace to break the all-time Tullahoma scoring record of 210 points in a season set by Frank Mullins 70 years ago. Whether he makes it or not, you know, who knows, but just being on pace after 3 years is incredible.
Well, look, his initials are MJ, and when you think of 22 points per game, you think of basketball numbers, but this is on the football field, man. That's incredible.
Tullahoma's defense across the defensive line, Elijah Horton, Caesar Ibarra, and number 45, Thomas Anderson, 5'8", 184, senior. The linebackers, number 97, Makai Winton, 5'7", 222, senior. Number 26, Corbin Evans, 5'9", 162, a junior. Number 5, Elijah Alexander, 6'1", 190, junior, who will not be playing tonight, is number 0, Will Hyden. And as hard as we tried to get Coach Sisk to give us who would be starting in Will's place, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The cornerbacks, number 21, Danilo Lakianov, 5'10", 145, a senior. And number 6, Kelly. The safeties, number 15, Sam Bobo, 6'3", 158, a senior. Sam had 3 interceptions last week. And number 12, Tristan Taylor, 6'1", 170, a senior. The White County Band is on the field. So it looks like we're going to get an opportunity to get their national anthem in before we take the break. So let's just go ahead and do that. Chris, let's just take it down to the field.
On behalf of the entire White County High School community, it is our pleasure to have you with us tonight. Tonight's primary game sponsor is Jonathan Griffin Electric. We remind you that good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of high school interscholastic athletics. Our athletes recognize that judgment calls are made in good faith and that they must abide by the decisions of the officials. Spectators can support their school's athletic program by refraining from derogatory or intemperate remarks or cheers. We hope you will enjoy the game and support these athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Ladies and gentlemen, we join us as we honor America with the presentation of colors. Members of tonight's White County High School Junior ROTC Color Guard Unit are the Right Guard, Sergeant Major John Halko. The Tennessee flag is being carried by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Morgan Boyd, and the left guard is Cadet Staff Sergeant Dylan Hudson. At this time, the student body presents Ben Brogdon. Ben is the son of Becky Arms and Ryan Brogdon. He's a senior. He is the senior class president, a member of the tennis team and the FFA.
Lord, we thank you for the gift of this game and the opportunity to compete tonight. We ask your blessing over both teams, protect every player from injury, give them strength, focus, and good sportsmanship. Help them play with passion and respect, and may this game bring out the best in us all. Win or lose, let us honor you with our effort and how we treat one another. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
And now, please remain standing as the White County High School Warrior Marching Band, under the direction of Dr. Brian Amaral, presents our national anthem.
The White County High School Band with our national anthem. We will take a break, come back with Ken's keys to victory for the Wildcats. Tullahoma and White County on the other side of this break on Right Tube and the Duck.
crushing goals, or getting back on your feet, Fit Beyond is where your next chapter begins. At Fit Beyond Plus, we train hard, smart, and together. At Fit Beyond Therapy, we recover purpose, passion, and support. It's a community for strength, for healing, for going beyond. Go further, go stronger, go Fit Beyond.
Whoa, Marco's! It's one of our tastiest dishes, and it's perfect for your hungry crew. For a limited time, get a large specialty pizza and a large two-topping pizza for just $26.99. There might even be leftovers for breakfast tomorrow. Marco's! Pizza lovers get it!
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
The Russell Burnett Automotive family is just...
Welcome back to the Bosky's Grill press box here at White County High School. Tullahoma and White County just about to square off here in week 4 of high school football. Ken, your keys to victory for the Wildcats tonight.
Scott, you're going to like this one. No pun intended. Run, but don't hide. HYDE. Road warrior mentality. 4 of the next 5 contests for the Wildcats are on the road. They've got to adopt a road warrior mentality, which means they got to harness their emotions. They've got to execute their preparations and control the controllables. Number 2, don't hide on defense. Sound gap integrity is crucial tonight with their undisputed leader, Will Hyden, out. And thirdly, establish the run game early with Marvancy. The young man's averaging 22 points per game. Turn him loose.
Tullahoma's captains for tonight, number 23, Chase Dotson, number 50, Junior Maris, number 12, Tristan Taylor, and number 0, Will Hyden. Again, Hyden out tonight after being ejected last week. Fair or unfair, it happened. He's out. Somebody's going to have to fill his shoes. And again, Coach Sis talked about that a lot of people were going to have to pitch in and fill Will's shoes.
Yeah, linebacker by committee, but immediately after that happened, Hyden became a leader after the game and says, Coach, we've got other players. He challenged the team. I'm looking forward to seeing who steps up tonight.
And then went out and ran 15. Did his running right after the game. Awesome leadership. White County is in dark uniforms with dark numbers, so we don't make any promises here about their my ability to see their numbers is going to be very difficult. But each team has tossed the coin. I have no idea actually who won, didn't pay a bit of attention. So we'll find that out here in just a minute. But the Tullahoma Wildcats are gathered in the end zone, and wherever you're watching on LightTube or listening on 93.9 The Duck, the Tullahoma band just now starting to roll into the bleachers. So they are here, and it is football time in Tullahoma. So the Wildcats take the field, and here comes White County running through their band. So probably not as many players. We've kind of just got a roster as we got here, Ken, but looks like 50 players or so. Not bad for a 4A program. Of course, Tullahoma was just in 4A, a couple of years ago, so it's not that foreign to us. But it's important for the Wildcats to keep rolling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, they do have to develop that road warrior mentality, as I mentioned, in the keys to victory. 4 of the next 5 games are road contests. So Coach Sisk has challenged them. I'm looking forward to see how they respond.
Yeah, we will be here. We are here tonight. We will be at home against Nolensville next week, and then we go on the road to Lawrenceburg. Well, actually, I think Lincoln County's first. On the road to Lincoln County. They're undefeated. On the road to Lawrenceburg, they're undefeated. Then we have an open date. Then we go on the road to Rockville before we come home and finish with Franklin County and Columbia. So be out there next week for the Nolensville game, because we're not going to see the Cats at home for a month.
And buy your tickets up early. It'll be a packed house next Friday night.
That's right. So Tullahoma is going to kick off. So the Wildcats, whoever won the toss, got what they wanted, which is to kick off to open the game. This will be the 4th straight game. Tullahoma's done that. Tullahoma in black pants, white jerseys, orange cardinal numbers, and black helmets with silver emblems on them. They are awesome. White County in their deep maroon jerseys, gray pants, and their numbers are gray, which makes them really hard to see. County's got one man deep. We're set to go here from Sparta, Tennessee, the Upper Cumberland, hosting high school football tonight on Light Tube and the Duck. Dotson's kick sails to the 1. Going to run it out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. He is loose, 25, 30. Dotson finally drags him down at the 40-yard line. Tullahoma's not used to kickoff returns, and it showed as White County gets a good one.
Well, probably the best kickoff return against the Wildcats all season, Scott, in 4 games. And Cats looking to reverse a trend. They've given up 3 opening drive touchdowns in the first 3 games. They look to get a stop here in this first drive.
Tullahoma moving left to right as you watch and listen in this first quarter. So Elijah Alexander at one of those linebackers. Makai Winton is at another. Corbin Avens looking for that other body. Everybody jumped. See who they blame it on. Silas McGowan and Elijah Horton are at the defensive end. Thomas Anderson and Junior Myers in the middle. So Tullahoma's really not a linebacker spot, Ken. Instead, we got a basic 4-man front.
Yeah, 4-man front.
That penalty is against Tullahoma. So +5 for offsides for the Wildcats, giving up a lot of yardage early. The ball's at the 47. Handoff. Inside, no. Silas McGowan slams him down for no gain. That's 15 for the Warriors running that football.
Well, one player that's wanting to step up tonight is number 97, Micaiah Winton. We had him on Wildcat Weekly just last night. He patterned his game after Ray Lewis. He's looking to step up and fill those Will Hyden shoes tonight and make some big plays.
2nd down and 4 for the Warriors at their 47. I formation now. Actually, the pistol with a setback. Handoff. Setback. No. Junior Myers meets him at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 4.
Well, Cats defensive line, that 4-man front, as you mentioned, Scott, playing physical the first 2 plays. Can we stop them on a 1st and 5 situation? We got him at 3rd down here.
Actually, a loss of 1, which makes it back to 3rd and 5 at the 46. White County, Tullahoma's first 2 defensive plays, nothing. See if the Warriors open up the passing game here. Quarterback Tucker Pinion, number 3. Nope, reverse, or an end around, I should say. Good block. He's got the 1st down into Tullahoma territory. This number 11, Eli Smith, gets down to the Tullahoma 48.
Yeah, good play there, good blocking on this sideline. So they execute the 1st down, so they get a new fresh set of downs.
It's a Hogan's Collision Center 1st down for the Warriors at the Tullahoma 48. It wasn't a reverse. It was just an end-around pitch.
Nice 3rd down conversion by the Warriors.
White County lines it up, 1st and 10. This is a straight run by Pinion. Pinion fights his way down to the Tullahoma 45 before he is dropped by Avens.
Well, Coach Sis said this team had some big physical players, and that's really been their culture over the year, Scott, for Sparta, and then White County, just physical and tough up front in the trenches.
Big. And they do have some big boys in the front. 2nd and 7 Warriors at the Wildcat 45. Just underway here, no score, 9:30 to go in the first quarter. Tullahoma jumped. There's 5 more free yards for the Warriors. Wildcats a little antsy here early.
Offsides against Tullahoma.
Yeah, that was Thomas Anderson, 45, jumped at the nose guard spot there. So we're giving them, those penalties are helping them. That's 2 on the Cats.
So White County, 2nd and 2 now at the Tullahoma 40. Big, huge running back lined up beside the quarterback, Pinion. He's just a blocker. Pinion wants to run to the left. Not going to do that against the Wildcats. Tristan Taylor comes up along with Elijah Alexander, Silas McGowan. No gain on the play.
Yeah, Cats corner there. Taylor did a good job of setting the edge there and containing. We trapped the quarterback.
So again, White County 3rd down. This time 3rd and 2 at the Tullahoma 40. 8:45 to go in the first. Pinion gets the play. Last 3rd down, they did a little end around. See what the Warriors have planned for this 3rd down. Pinion with a single setback behind him. He'll give it to him. Left side, 1st down and more, inside the 35, down to the 31, and that is a Hogan's Collision Center 1st down, White County.
Yeah, White County pounding the rock right now. What they're doing, Scott, is they're playing ball control. So what do you do against a Tullahoma team that is a high-scoring team in history? You play ball control and keep it away from them. That's what they're doing.
The Hogan's Collision Center 1st down at the Tullahoma 31. 8 minutes to go, first quarter, no score. Handoff again to Sims, and he gets a couple of yards before he's dragged down. In there on the stop for the Wildcats, Jaden London, 6'1", 340, sophomore. So a gain of 2. 2nd and 8, White County. Ball rest at the Tullahoma 29.
We have not seen the Warriors go to the air yet. They're just ground and pound right now.
Yeah, they don't throw it much. No receivers are really split. They do split one guy out to the left, but not wide. 2nd and 8. Pinion. Well, another little inside handoff. And this is Hogg, Bryson Hogg, short of the 1st down. He got to the Wildcat 25.
Yeah, Hogg, their wide receiver, 1, so he's one of their top players.
3rd down and 3 for the Warriors at the Tullahoma 25.
Well, can we stop them on 3rd down?
Haven't so far. But a new opportunity is here. Again, that big running back to the left. And it's a direct snap to the running back 15, Sims. And Sims fights inside the 20 to the 18. That's a Hogan's Collision Center 1st down for White County.
Now, Scott, that O-line for the Warriors just pulverizing us right now, pushing us straight back.
Gain of 6. 1st and 10, White County at the Wildcat 19.
They're winning the line of scrimmage.
9 plays on this drive for the Warriors. 5.5 minutes off the clock. Still at quarterback is Sims. He runs it again. Sims bounces off a would-be tackler. Sims is in the end zone. Touchdown, White County. An American Mulch and Landscaping touchdown. Score a touchdown every time with American Mulch and Landscaping. High-quality mulch, rock, teachers and first responders. 504 South Anderson Street, Tullahoma, American Mulch and Landscaping.
Well, no doubt the Warriors came with their chin straps secured, and they pushed us around and bullied us on that first drive. After an excellent kick return set up that drive.
White County lines up for the PAT. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:21 left to go in the first quarter. White County leads Tullahoma 7-0. This is Light Tube and the Duck. White County drives 56 yards on 10 plays using 5 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock. They got a nice kickoff return of 43 yards and just drove straight down the field from there.
Yeah, 10 runs. And they dominated us on the line of scrimmage.
Kick off your fall with top-of-the-line quality apparel at Owens Provisions in downtown Manchester. Everything you need for your business wear to your UT game day gear at Owens, 104 West 4th Street, Manchester. White County will kick it off. It's a squib kick in the middle of the field, and it is downed at the 33-yard line by Corbin Avens. And that's where the Wildcats will begin.
A smart move by the Warriors. Obviously, they watched the Coffee County tape because Tullahoma got down the first drive to Case and Lowry in Coffee County just 2 weeks ago, and then our kick returner 100 yards. So not going to happen tonight.
Not on that kickoff.
Not on that one.
So the with Marvancy Johnson, the tailback, Lucas Reed, the quarterback. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left from the 32-yard line. Marvancy in motion. 35. Spins his way out to the 38-yard line. A gain of 5.
Yeah, just throws the ball out in the flat to Marvancy and lets him work his magic. Good blocking by the wide receivers out here on this sideline.
Spotted at the 38, a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats.
I like that play call on first down.
I like just going wide. Just make these guys run. Make these guys chase you. I don't know how long they can. 2nd and 4, Cats. Reed to throw. Reed throws it behind Caden Poff. It is 3rd and 4.
Yeah, a little crossing pattern, and unusual for Reed to be that far off, way behind him on that one.
So that tells me somebody misread something.
Yeah, must have been a broken pattern. But the 2 big guys on the defensive line to watch is 54 and 58 for the Warriors. That's Broyles and Lex Winfrey. Broyles, number 54, is committed to Carson Newman, so he's a ball player.
Tullahoma, 3rd and they show 5. 3rd and 5 at the 38. Tullahoma shifts from right to left. Reed pitches to Marvancy that way. Marvancy 35, Marvancy 40, spins out of a tackle at the 40-yard line, still on his feet on the far side of the field. Finally driven out of bounds at the 45. That is a Hogan's Collision Center Wildcat first down.
Well, that's what we said. They have to, not panic. They've been behind all season. No panic in this team. We saw last week in the 4th quarter against Cleveland, a 4-quarter game, just a precarious 6-point lead. 26-20, the Cats poured the steam on in the 4th quarter and ran away with it 39-20.
A gain of 8 for Marvancy. The ball is at the Tullahoma 46, 1st and 10 Wildcats. No receiver split. Interesting set in the backfield. Now they break up. Receivers all over the place. Poff, Bobo come out this way. Seabolt split wide left. It's a wide receiver screen to Bobo, and Bobo is dropped immediately. There's a flag on the play.
Well, great coverage.
See if Tullahoma's blockers out here blocking on that wide receiver screen held. Looking at the umpire. They're already screaming. They've been doing it all night from the stands. Holding against Tullahoma.
Against Tullahoma. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
3 penalties for the Cats, 20 yards assessed.
Just continues to kill us this year. Penalties.
Yep.
Alex Bobo.
Well, Bobo active last week. Him and his brother. Had quite a game. Alex had 2 touchdown catches. Sam 3 interceptions. He caught 1 touchdown from Reed and 1 from Riddle.
Gain of 13 on the play.
Well, nice play call on first down, 1st and 21.
2nd and 8 Wildcats. Empty backfield for Lucas Reed. And here comes Marvancy. Shifting to the other side. Reed fakes the pitch. Reed runs it himself and is tackled at midfield. 3rd and 6 for the Wildcats.
Solid defense at the point of attack. Sets up 3rd and long here for Tullahoma. So they had a 1st and 21. They get 15 yards in 2 plays, but this one takes at least 6 to convert this one.
3rd down and 6 Wildcats at midfield. Julian Cole, number 9, in at a slot receiver for the Cats. He's on the right side along with Seabolt and Poff. Bobo on the left. 3rd and 6 at midfield.
Seabolt has been more active in the passing game over the middle. Look out for him here.
Reed wants to throw. Reed throws over the middle, complete to Seabolt. Good call, Coach. He makes it to the White County 40-yard line. A Hogan's Collision Center Wildcat 1st down.
Yeah, we've seen him really, open the whole field up, just going down the middle, and it makes everybody else dangerous when that big tight end's catching the football.
Gain of 9, 1st and 10 Wildcats. 3:35 to go in a fast-moving first quarter. White County leads it 7-0. Tullahoma on the march. 1st and 10 at the Warrior 41. Reed, good ball fake. Passing the flat to Bobo, complete. Alex trying to break a tackle but can't. Gets down to the 34, a gain of 7.
Well, one thing we've seen early by this Warrior defense, they're tackling well. But Tullahoma moving the ball. Not many explosive, but they're matriculating the ball down the field, which is just fine with us.
Well, the Warriors have certainly not handled the Wildcats' short passing game.
No.
I think Reed is, 4 for 4?
Yeah, he's hot.
2nd and 4 Wildcats at the Warrior 34. Marvanci lines up behind Lucas. Straight run, Marvanci. Tries to cut it back. Breaks one tackle. Tries to cut it back again. Couldn't break the second tackle. Spotted at the 40-yard line.
Well, you saw the penetration and the size of that defensive front. We told you they had a big, strong defensive front, and it showed there on that play.
A loss of 6. 3rd down and 9 Wildcats at the White County 40.
I believe it just one incompletion for Reed on that pass behind the one receiver. He may have ran the wrong route, the receiver, but we got to convert this one here.
Lucas in an empty backfield. Straight drop. Pass over the middle for Marvanci. Dropped. Speak it like it is. He had it right in his hands. Couldn't hang on.
Yeah, and he may have scored. He had nothing but daylight in front of him. His concentration lapsed just for a second. That's all it took. So the Cats are going to be forced to punt.
Well, they're not forced to, but they're going to elect to.
Yeah.
As it is 4th down and 9. And this will be Aiden Walker doing the punting for Tullahoma. And White County will send a single back, Bryson Hogg, to return Aiden Walker's punt.
See if we can hog time right here.
So Tullahoma does not score on its opening possession. Nice high spiral for Walker. Takes a sideways bounce. Now Tullahoma bounce to the 10-yard line. So 30-yard punt in yardage, but did exactly what the Wildcats wanted. However, White County leads 7-0 with 1:46 to go in the first quarter, and they've got the football again.
Early momentum definitely ebbing on the side of the home team here.
Kind of flowing in, ebbing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But Tullahoma has the Warriors pinned deep in their own territory. So let's see if the Wildcat defense can make something happen here.
Well, it seems like every time Tullahoma's defense has been challenged this season in a critical situation, they've responded. Let's see if they can do it here.
No way I'm going to be able to give you numbers of White County from this angle, but this is the quarterback. Runs it to the left, is a couple of yards, and then dragged down by Micaiah Winton, leading the charge for the Wildcats. So that was Pinion, short game.
Yeah, we had big 97 at Whiskey Trail last night, and just looking at the intensity in his eyes, I commented to him. I said, man, with your intensity in your eyes, you remind me of Mike Singletary. He loves Ray Lewis, patterns his games after those guys. He visualizes the play before the game in the locker room when he meditates of making big plays, so he made one there.
Gain of 2 by Sims. 2nd and 8 Warriors at their 12. Tullahoma with a 4-man front. Now Alexander sneaks up on the right side. Quarterback will take it again. Nothing. Winton there again, along with a host of Wildcats, driving him out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
The ball carrier, tackled by Junior Mayers.
Mayers in on the stop. Spotted at the 15. A gain of 4. 3rd and 5, White County. Big play for the Wildcat defense here early.
Yeah, it is. You know, Tullahoma's dominated field position all season, but really that opening kickoff out past the 40 got White County going early.
40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Warriors 3rd and 5. The Tullahoma crowd comes alive. Sims, little reverse handoff again. Full Tullahoma again, and that is Hogg, and Hogg out very close to a first down. Gain of 5, that's what he needed. Does he get the spot? It's right on the 20. First down. The Hogan's Collision Center first down for White County. Keeps the drive alive at the 20-yard line. With the clock showing 20 seconds.
Yeah, they'll just let that run out. They just started the play clock. It's sitting at 22, so they won't run a play before the quarter ends.
So White County has dominated the first quarter. Not time of possession, but they scored and we didn't. So that's domination. We played one here in Sparta, and White County leads Tullahoma 7-0. This is Light Tube and the Duck.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
Welcome back to Sparta, Tennessee, White County High School as we begin the second quarter here. White County has a football, first down and 10 at their 20-yard line. Ken, the Warriors very impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. Got a good opening kickoff, ran 10 plays, time-consuming drive, 0 passes. They're just punching us in the mouth right now, Scott. They got the stop on defense. We've only had the ball 1 possession in the first quarter, but, hey, there's a lot of time to go.
We'll also take an opportunity.
3 full quarters left. It's early.
Warren County leads Franklin County 6-0 in the first quarter.
TriStar Beverage and Lorries Home Center.
So yeah, this may be a game where Tullahoma's defense is relied on to force some turnovers. They've done it quite a bit already this year. White County 1st and 10 at the 20. Quarterback is Pinion, number 3. Rolls right. Wanted to throw, now he just extends the play, gets the corner, and makes it out to the 37-yard line. A Hogan's Collision Center first down.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to throw. We forced him out of the pocket, and that didn't work out too well for us. He showed good mobility there on the edge.
Gain of 18 yards for Pinion. 1st and 10 Warriors at the 38.
We've already faced 3 really good quarterbacks. Looks like we're facing another one now, especially with the wheels. We haven't seen his arm yet, though. Just beat us to the edge on that one.
Which does not happen very often.
Nope.
1st and 10 White County at the 38. Pinion. Another one of those end-around hands-off. This time, hard to see the number. Picked up 3 or 4 yards.
Well, White County doing what they need to do. They're, shrinking the ball game just by possessing the football. You're right, a turnover would be nice here.
A gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Warriors at their 41. 11:20 to go in the half. White County leads Tullahoma 7-0. Pinion gonna run it. Right off tackle. Gets a big block, very close to a first down, out to the 48-yard line. They are controlling the line of scrimmage.
They sure are. You know, you come into a road game, you want to try to steal some possessions by getting some turnovers. Tullahoma's won the turnover battle all 3 games this season. But right now, the Warriors are playing a clean football game, no turnovers, 0 penalties.
1st and 10, White County at their 48-yard line. The big backfield man is Mason Axford, a freshman. Pinion behind Axford. Smothered by the Wildcat defense. Junior Myers led the way. Ken, we've talked about quarterbacks running over and over and over. It can look great in the first half.
That's it.
It's tough to sustain it for 4 quarters.
Yeah. Yeah, you take that pound and it wears on you. So Tullahoma just got to remain physical and keep battling.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 48. Junior Mars came to play tonight.
But and that's one thing you got to do. You got to stop them on 1st down and put them in 2nd, 3rd and long situations. That's what we did there.
2nd and 10. Pinion going to run it to the right side. Waits on his blockers. He's a very patient runner. And he gets inside Tullahoma territory. Spotted at the 47, a gain of 4.
White County testing Tullahoma's manhood here in this first quarter plus. They cross midfield now at the Wildcat 46.
3rd and 5 for the Warriors, who have not thrown the football.
No, and 2nd 10 seems like a passing down, but they said, we're coming at you. You better stop us.
Eli Smith split wide to the left. Pinion hands it off to his big tailback. Nothing. Who's there? Junior Myers. Along with Elijah Alexander. Loss on the play.
Well, that was a nice stop by the Wildcat defense.
Spotted at the Tullahoma 48, so a loss of 2. 4th and 7, White County. So Tullahoma finally gets a stop.
Yeah. And one thing the Wildcats coaching staff caught on film, the special teams, Coach Sis told us last night this punter gets rid of the ball slowly during this punch. One-step punter, but it takes a while for him to get the ball out when Cats try to block it.
And he shanks it off the side of his foot, goes out of bounds. It's going to be a very, very short punt, and the Wildcats will have excellent field position at their 41-yard line. A 7-yard punt.
So big break for Tullahoma.
Yeah, I think pressure made a difference there. The Wildcats were coming.
Yeah, they were coming. They were bringing the heat. They saw that on film, and so don't be surprised if we blocked one last week. Elijah Alexander got a piece of one, so Cat's going to come after it again tonight if we can force some more of those.
Well, the field position has flipped now.
Yep.
Let's see if Tullahoma can take advantage of it. Reed and Johnson in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. At the Wildcat 41, Marvancy straight up the gut. Marvancy lowers his head out to the 44.
Running lanes, inside running lanes, tough to find room against these big uglies here for the Warriors.
Gain of 3 for Johnson. 2nd and 7, Wildcats.
Well, you appreciate that. That was a tough 3-yard run there by Marvancy.
Bobo split to the left. Seabolt in motion. Lucas to throw. Looking over the middle for Alex Bobo. Complete at the 40. 35. Down to the White County 30. Goes Alex Bobo. A Hogan's Collision Center Wildcat first down.
Yeah, Bobo and Reed find a soft spot in the middle of that secondary. We have a Warrior down, but nice run after the catch there by Bobo as he shed the first would-be tackler.
26 yards on the pass completion from Lucas Reed to Alex Bobo. 7:45 to go in the first half. White County leads Tullahoma 7-0. We'll take a break. We'll call this one 60 seconds and go from there. You are watching and listening to Wildcat Football on LightTube and the Duck. White County's Eli Smith is up and on the sideline. Thank goodness. 1st and 10, Wildcats at the 30. Lucas come through a first down.
Well, the Reed and Bobo connection heating up. The last 2 plays, connections to him. Shout out to Gary Johnson listening to this game broadcast in South Carolina, and David Brandon watching on live
Quick snap to Marvancy. Marvancy is bottled up and thrown for a loss.
Yes, he is. Brandon watching on light tube saying Destin, Florida. Thanks, guys. Well, they bottled Marvancy up tonight, Scott. The success moving the football has been in the passing game, especially over the middle.
Loss of 2, 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats at the White County 23. 6:51 to go in the half. Warriors lead the Cats 7-0. Lucas Reed under center here on 3rd and 4. He hands it to Marvancy. Marvancy trying to get first down yardage. He did not get there. White County's playing that run great.
Yes, they are.
It's going to be close, though. Is it close enough? Close enough to go for it. Spotted at the 20. It is 4th and inches.
What's your play call here, Scott? You going to give it a 22 or you going to QB sneak?
I'd tush push it.
Tush push. There
Absolutely. They don't need but inches. Get under center, quarterback sneak. Let Marvancy push Lucas. That's a lot of leg strength. Lucas under center, and he will take the quarterback sneak. And it's just going to be all about where they want to judge the football. It looks like Lucas got to the 19-yard line, which is a Hogan's Collision Center first down.
And that puts the Cats in the Cardinal zone for the first time tonight. They're trying to capitalize on that shank punt by the Warriors after the defense held last possession. So the offense now on the move, looking to tie this game, or better yet, to go ahead with a 2-point conversion and a touchdown.
Spotted at the 19-yard line, 5:40 remaining here in the first half. Tullahoma on the march, trying to even things up here. At the 19, Zion Jeffrey in motion. Reed pass over the middle, intended for Marvancy Johnson. It was over everybody's head, 2nd down. Just maybe threw it a little early.
Yeah. You know, we had Lucas Reed on Wildcat Weekly a couple of weeks ago. He said he was amazed, really. You know, we know how good Marvancy can run the football, but how teams really fail to cover him in the pass game. So with all these weapons he's got, he finds himself open a lot, does Marvancy in the pass
2nd and 10, handoff Marvancy. Inside, a yard or 2, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing in the middle for the Tullahoma Wildcats so far tonight, a gain of 1, 3rd and 9.
Well, no doubt the Warriors came in here with a game plan just to shut the run game down, and they've contained Marvancy pretty well. But as everyone knows, he can explode just in one play.
So big 3rd and 9. Cats at the Warrior 18.
Offensive line's got to hold its own here in pass block.
4:50 left to go in the half. Tullahoma trails 7-0. Zion in motion. Lucas to throw. Scans the field. Over the middle, complete to Bobo at the 10. Alex driven back.
Oh, man.
Did he get enough?
It's going to be close. He was hit by 4 Warriors, but nice poise in the pocket by Reed there. Loved the job the offensive line stuffed him and gave a clean pocket to Reed to deliver that pass over the middle of Bobo once again.
Spotted at the 9, a gain of 9. I show 4th and short. I think it's 1st and goal, and it is. A Hogan's Collision Center. First down and goal for the Wildcats at the White County 9.
Good call, Pard. You did that without a spotter. You did that one on your own, man.
That's a long way. Just wanted it to be a first down.
You just willed it to be a first down.
Maybe I wanted it just enough.
Yep.
Caden Poff split wide to the right. Single coverage out there. Lucas likes the fade to Caden. Alex on the other side. Fullback in for the Wildcats. That's Seabolt. Reed pass to Poff, incomplete, just out of reach. 2nd down.
It looked like he had a step there, so and there was a receiver open over the middle too.
Yeah, that play was to Poff all the way, single coverage out there. Just a little bit out in front of Caden, second down. 3:57 to go. Handoff Marvancy, right side. Marvancy trying to shake, bake, and drive. Marvancy drives into the end zone for the touchdown. He refused to go down. Marvancy Johnson scores from 9 yards away.
Well, you see that, you see that extra effort, and you see how he really smells the goal line. That was a full 10 yards. Just a little stretch play, a little stretch run to the right side behind the right tackle, and he bulldozed his way into the end zone.
An American Mulch and Landscaping touchdown for the Wildcats. Now Patrick Riddle to lead the 2-point or the extra point attempt. Let's see what the Wildcats do. Tullahoma will line up to kick it. Looks like Chase Dotson in there to attempt the point after for Tullahoma. Try to tie this game up. Clock's still running. I don't understand why the clock is running. The clock is running. And Tullahoma kicks the extra point through. Why is the clock still running?
Are we at LSU or are we at Lincoln County? Where are we at?
I have no idea how much time is left to go in the half. It's supposed to be 3:36. Tullahoma and Lincoln and White County tied at 7 on Light Tube in the Duck.
We'll thank some more of our game sponsors. Wrigley State Farm Insurance.
Tullahoma uses 11 plays, drives 59 yards in almost 5 minutes. Scores on a 9-yard run by Marvancy Johnson, his 12th touchdown of the season. There should be 3:36 on the clock. They put it at 3:05.
Wow.
Coach, what is that about? I write down the time as soon as we score.
Yeah.
3:36 is what the clock should read.
You definitely called it, Scott, all the way. A touchdown, that extra points, it's a dead ball.
How are we at 3:05?
Exactly.
I mean, that's a full 30 seconds.
Yeah, we lost 31 seconds.
Well, everybody lost it.
Yeah.
We didn't. Everybody did.
Yeah.
So 3:05 to go, I guess, in the first half. That's interesting. Chase Dotson with a line drive that White County will let go into the end zone. We'll call it a touchback. And it's first down for the Warriors at their 20.
I've watched football for 55 years. That's the first time I've ever seen 31 seconds run off the clock on an extra point.
Yeah, and they're not fixing it. That's the thing. They're not fixing it. Now, maybe the scoreboard is different than what the officials have on the field, but usually it's not.
I agree. So here we are, 7-7. Cats have scored a touchdown in the second quarter. White County scored in the first quarter on the first possession. Nice job by Tullahoma after that shank punt. Short field helped us.
Hey, we've only had 4 possessions in this game.
2 each.
4.
That's right. Yep.
We've played quarters where we had 8.
Yeah.
White County first and 10 at their 20. Pinion, the quarterback, hands it off in the backfield. Tullahoma tackle for a loss. Alexander was the first man there, and then a host of Wildcats finish him off.
That's that tenacious defense. Gang tackling by the white-shirted Wildcats.
Well, that tells me that potentially the line of scrimmage is beginning to change a little.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Loss of 2. Ball at the 18. Clock runs.
Well, and what Tullahoma was doing now, they're moving the safeties up and they're just stacking the box because zero pass attempt so far.
Yeah. Just put 8 men in the box. Go with it.
Yeah, it means right when we say that, watch out.
Pinion. Handoff inside. Nothing. Stuffed in the backfield. Who is it? Makai Winton. Number 97 for the Wildcats. Timeout. Tullahoma. 2:12 to go in the first half. We're tied at 7 on Light Tube and the Duck. With 2:12 to go in the half, White County 3rd down and 14 at their 16-yard line. Pinion in an empty backfield. Will they throw the football on 3rd and 14? Back to throw. Looks. Here comes the pressure. Pinion escapes. He's loose. 25, 30, 35, 40. Can anybody catch Pinion? Yes, but it's going to be at the Tullahoma 35-yard line. Hogan's Collision Center. First down as Aiden Kelly chases him down.
Well, that's tough. 3rd and forever. He drops back, straight drop. Pressure comes after him. He just takes off up the middle for a huge run.
Yes, 50 yards.
Cats were looking to get off the field there, force a punt, get a 2 for 1 because they received the second half kickoff. We've seen them do it this season, but a big play there by the Warriors.
Clock runs, 1:35 to go. White County at the Tullahoma 33, 1st and 10. Pinion again, empty backfield. Still hadn't thrown it. Pass is incomplete, hits the ground, and seeing his throwing motion, we can see exactly why they don't throw the football.
Yeah, he kind of wound up and just slung it out there, so in order to throw the open wide receiver who did have some room over there on the sideline. So unfortunate, Tullahoma lets him escape on a 3rd and 14. Nice run there by Pinion. So the main thing here is just no points. No points before the half. Let's go win 7-7 and get the ball back and go take the lead and take the game over here in the second half.
2nd and 10 Warriors at the Tullahoma 34, 1:22 to go in the half. Tied at 7. Pinion keeps it straight up the middle. Pinion's got some room at the 30, spins down to the 25. A gain of 8 for the White County quarterback. Avens in on the stop for the Wildcats. They spot it at the 23. That is a gain of 9, 3rd and 1.
White County's kicker is number 7, Noah Skeeth. We have no idea what his range is.
Well, I said a gain of 9. Turns out it's a gain of 10. And a Hogan's Collision Center first down for White County at the 23. 1:05 left to go here in the first half.
He got a right-footed spot, Scott.
Single setback with Pinion. Pinion keeps it. Smothered by Silas McGowan. No gain on the play.
Well, McGowan's balling. Got some whistles here.
That's a timeout by White County. See if the clock stops. Yes, the clock actually stopped at 50 seconds. Timeout on the field. We're tied at 7 on Light Tube and the Duck. .4 seconds left to go here in the first half. Tullahoma and White County tied at 7. We will have both bands for you at halftime. The Warriors have it 2nd and 10 at the Tullahoma 23. Pinion, the quarterback, quick throw out in the flat, complete, well covered by the Cats and dropped at the 20-yard line is Cole Sims, 3rd down.
I believe White County does have one timeout left.
Spotted at the 20, a gain of 3. 3rd and 7, timeout Warriors. Let's just keep it right here as the ball is spotted at the 20.
Well, Scott, as we look at this game, just minimal possessions. This is, Warren County received the ball. This is their 3rd possession twice. 7-7 football game. No turnovers by either side. Tullahoma has 3 penalties. White County 0, but really White County's doing what they got to do to stay in this game. They're just shrinking the clock.
They are, and what I've seen from the Tullahoma offense is pretty vanilla.
Yeah.
Got Marvancy running up the middle and short kind of dink and dunk passes to Bobo, Siebel, Poff. Tullahoma's not spreading things out. Tullahoma's not using their speed advantage right now. So I think the Wildcats are, just kind of seeing what the Warriors have. Now they see they can't throw the football. They're not going to throw it deep or anything like that. They might throw some little outs, but they're not going to beat us deep, or they shouldn't. And so, you go into half, you make adjustments.
Yeah, a couple keys in this game. Third down conversions by White County. They've had good third down conversions. And third and long, third and 14, we had them on this drive, the big run by Pinion.
Here's a 3rd and 7, White County at the Tullahoma 20-yard line with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. So they got an extra 4 seconds. Pinion to throw. Pinion, screen pass, caught. At the 15, down to the 10, into the 7 goes Cole Sims. So that is a White County first down.
Yeah, just kind of a little middle screen. Quarterback jumped up, just dumped it off. He had some blockers in front of him, so they're on the move inside the 10.
Ball is at the 9, a gain of 11. First and goal at the 9. Sims rolls right. Sims wants to throw. Now he's looking for somebody to throw to, but Tullahoma drops him. Sack. Far behind the line of scrimmage. Thomas Anderson leads the way for the Wildcats with 10 seconds to go. Why is the clock stopped?
Well, I was just fixing to say, I have no idea how the clock operators are going to aid in this drive, but it's coming somehow.
Well, I guess White County had another timeout.
Yeah, they have one left. They're going to call it here, so.
The ball is spotted. They're trying to find exactly where they put it, the 16-yard line, so that's a loss of 7.
Yeah, so if they try to field goal attempt here, Scott, it'd be 33 yards attempt. And we don't know what Skeeth's range has, Noah Skeeth, but they may just take one more play, and then they get an incomplete pass. But if they catch it with no timeouts,
he's already out there.
He's already out there. Okay, so they're going to try to field goal to move ahead here, 10-7.
Puts his marker at the 23, 33-yard field goal attempt. Noah Skeeth, a senior, one of the few seniors on this team. The holder is Cole Sims. He's dangerous.
Boy, this is where Will Hyden, this is where you have him when he blocks kicks. Let's see if somebody else can block one here. Maybe Elijah Alexander or somebody else can step up and get a hand on it.
Elijah lined up on the right side. From good use of a timeout right there. Just as the ball was, just as it was being snapped.
I love it. Freezing.
We'll take this one. 10 seconds to go. We're tied at 7. This is Light Tube and a 33-yard field goal for the Warriors. And whistle blows. Kick is up. That kick is no good. Wide to the left. But I heard a whistle blow before the kick. I think Tullahoma called another timeout. That time, not a good one. Not a good one, Coach.
Well, you got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him, right? Kenny Rogers is a gambler. Now, I think he made the first one, so that turned out good, and he missed that one. So we'll see what he does on the third one.
Yeah, you just never know, do you?
Never know. Well, you see that happen all the time in college, and I mean, I'd say if I was a head coach, I'd do it too.
Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Precision counts, whether it's the final score or the temperature in your home. The name you can trust, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, serving southern Middle Tennessee for 50 years.
No, and why not, Scott? You know, the last play of the half, I mean, you can't take him to the locker room with you, right? Just freeze him. It's kind of like a free throw shooter in basketball. When you call timeout, you got to go to the bench. You know, it just ices him.
We will name a player of the game at the conclusion of this contest, served by Midtown Nutrition. Healthy has never tasted better. Will Skeeth kick it this time from the 33? Good snap. Good hold. Kick is up. He made it. 5 seconds left to go. White County leads Tullahoma 10-7. This is Light Tube and the Duck. White County drives from its 20-yard line to the Tullahoma 16 using 10 plays and scoring on a 33-yard field goal by Noah Skeeth to take a 10-7 lead over Tullahoma with 5.7 seconds left to go in a artificially shortened first half. How about that language?
Yeah.
Artificially shortened.
The key play in that drive was the 3rd and 14 scramble by Pinion on the straight
50-yard run.
50-yard run on 3rd and 14.
Johnson deep to receive for the Wildcats.
So they have only kicked it twice. They haven't kicked it to Marvancy or Zion, and this time they won't either. A little squib kick taken at the 35 by Corbin Avens, and he picked up a couple of yards. The clock just played a half here in White County. The biggest issue I see is the clock operator. White County leads Tullahoma by a score of 10-7. That is your Stroups Accurate Refrigeration scoreboard. Stay tuned for the Tullahoma Band and the White County Band coming up here at halftime. You are watching and listening to Tullahoma High School Sports on Light Tube and the Duck.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome to the field the Tullahoma High School Marching Band. Introducing the band is performing their 2025 score, Fuego del Corzo, Fire of the Heart. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tullahoma High School marching band. The members of the director of field commanders Alexander Cook and Jonah Vallejos and Deja Robinson. The logistical coordinators Micah Anderson. The Tullahoma High School marching band. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome to the field the 2025 Wright County High School Roller Marching Band. Under the direction of Roger Mills, assisted by Dr. John Monroe, Daniel Matthews, Chris Mills, and student teacher Ryan Field. Tonight the band will be performing music from Dark Valley and For Your Eyes Only. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wright County High School Roller Marching Band. on the White County High School Warriors, nothing down.
Welcome back to White County High School. Hope you enjoyed both bands as they performed. We'll take our final 3-minute break of the half and come back with your Tullahoma Light Tube stat update. At the half, White County 10, Tullahoma 7, back in 3 minutes on Light Tube and the Duck.
Please feel free to contact Roger Mills, Donnell Matthews.
Welcome back to D. Harris Field at White County High School in Sparta, Tennessee. Along with Ken Keller, I'm Scott Shastine. At halftime, White County leads Tullahoma 10-7. Your TUA stat update, Lucas Reed is 6 of 10 through 99 yards. For White County, Pinion 2 out of 3 for 14 yards. On the ground for the Warriors, number 15, Cole Sims, 5 carries, 35 yards. Pinion, 13 carries, 76 yards. Hogg, 4 carries for 6 yards. White County's run 26 plays for 134 yards. Tullahoma, again, 20 plays, 99 yards. That's the fewest I've seen in a long time and a half of a football game, 20 plays. Ken, White County has controlled the football.
Yeah, they've shrunk the clock on us. Tullahoma only had 2 possessions the entire first half. Hopefully that trend changes in the second half, but really some first half observations. I see, the Warriors have played a clean game. They got a good kickoff to open the game. 0 penalties, 0 turnovers. Third down conversions by them hurt us, especially the 50-yard run by Pinion on the 3rd and 14 play. Scott, we missed Will Hyden in that middle of that Tullahoma defense.
So the Wildcats will receive the second half kickoff. Marvancy Johnson and Zion Jeffrey are back to receive. White County has not kicked it to them. They've certainly done their research. So we'll see where the pooch kick goes here.
Well, and you got to give credit to Noah Skeeth, the kicker. Ben Ice, Tullahoma called 3 timeouts. A young man drilled the 33-yarder to separate this game at 10-7.
And kick off your fall with top-of-the-line quality merchandise picked up by Zion Jeffrey. Jeffrey to the 35. Jeffrey to the 40. So Tullahoma kind of did what you said, Coach. As soon as he kicked it, they ran Zion and Marvancy up, and Zion got a nice return.
Yeah, you knew they was going to stick it, either squib it or pooch it in the middle of the field, and just put your playmakers there on the ball to see if they can make a play and get this second half jump started.
So the Wildcats will start at their 40-yard line.
So good field position, and what you said, Scott, in the first half, you look for Tullahoma's offense to open it up, take some deep shots here in the second half.
Got to take advantage of our speed. That's our advantage.
That's it.
Not size, speed.
Yep.
1st and 10 Wildcats, trailing for the first time this year at halftime, I think. Reed rolls right. Pass out in the flat is short to Caden Puff, second down.
Well, White County has done a superb job on Marvancy Johnson in the first half. Really bottled him up, all except for that 9-yard touchdown run. Tullahoma was the only score of the game in quarter number 2.
Yeah, 21 yards at halftime for Marvancy. Of course, we remember the Coffee County game. He had 12 yards at halftime. Ended up scoring 4 touchdowns.
That's
so
right.
You never know.
Never know.
2nd and 10 Wildcats at the Tullahoma 40. Reed again to throw. Looks over the middle. That pass is intercepted. White County. Tipped by Tullahoma. Intercepted by White County. Ball is fumbled. It's a scrum on the sideline. I think the Wildcats got it back. I think Tullahoma got it back. It was intercepted by Eli Smith. He broke a couple of tackles and then fumbled the ball on the sideline. It's the White County sideline. And still no signal. Of course, we're in Sparta. Football belongs to White County. So the interception counts. White County has the football.
Well, second play of the second half. Tullahoma's been hot in the second half, taking that first possession 3 times. They've scored in all 3 games. Not tonight.
Tullahoma
starting over the game.
Tullahoma turns it over for the first time. White County in excellent field position at the Tullahoma 32-yard line. Just underway here in the second half, with the Warriors leading 10-7 and with the football at Tullahoma's 32. Pinion with a single setback. Hands it to him. Just scuttles his way inside the 30 down to the 27. A gain of 5 for Sims.
Well, Sims is a big running back. He's a running back one. Didn't get many carries in that first half. Most of the damage on the ground done by the quarterback, Pinion.
The 27-yard line.
And Scott, they've treated us first class. Athletic director here, Mr. Payne, Terry Payne, and his group had us food up here, drinks tonight in the press box. They've been wonderful.
Outstanding. We appreciate it. 2nd and 5, Warriors. Hand off again, Sims. This time Sims is stopped for no gain, driven backwards by a host of Wildcats. Junior Marr is having himself a gain, gets up off the bottom of the pile.
Well, Cats desperately need a stop here with no points allowed after that big turnover. So let's see what we can do here.
Loss of 1, 3rd and 6 at the 26. 10:35 to go, third quarter. Third down and 4. White County at the Tullahoma 26. Pinion runs it. Pinion still on his feet. Pinion dropped after a gain of 1. 4th down, White County.
Well, this is the biggest play of the game so far.
Cole Sims on the carry.
4th down. Let's see if we can get off the field here and turn the ball back over to the offense.
Actually,
4th down for the Warriors.
no gain. So 4th and 6 at the Tullahoma 26. It would be a 43-yard field goal, but no sign of Noah Ski. The Warriors are kind of in no man's land. They don't want to punt it, so they're going to go for it. 4th and 6. Short 6. Pinion rolls right. Pinion's got a man open. Incomplete. What a stick by Sam Bobo. Stuck the receiver as soon as he tried to catch the ball. Tullahoma takes over on that.
That's the other man we had on Wildcat Weekly last night at Whiskey Trail. 3 interceptions last week. He's the quarterback of that defense. He said he was going to step up with Will hiding out. And look, the big thing about him, we asked him who his favorite football player was. He said Josh Allen. He plays quarterback. Scott, Sam Bobo's the quarterback of that defense in that secondary. Big play.
Tullahoma takes over on downs at the 27-yard line. Reed, Marvancy in the backfield. Bobo and Cole split to the left. Poff to the right. Marvancy just cannot get away. Just drives his legs for 3 yards. There's a flag on the play.
Well, hopefully we got a face mask here. Let's see. They have had no penalties called on them tonight.
0.
As the White County Warriors.
Face mask. Personal foul against White County. That'll be 15 yards.
Good guess, wasn't it, Parge?
It was.
That's a biggie. So that helps get us some better field position. Huge stop by the defense.
Referee walks it out to the 40-yard line.
Well, the penalty does not hurt Tullahoma. This is about where we were when all that melee started with that interception and
exactly where we were. 40-yard line. Marvancy and Lucas. Marvancy spins. Nothing. I mean nothing. Marvancy driven backwards. White County is playing him great tonight.
Yeah, they are, and there's no doubt that their game plan was to key on the run, key on number 22, and that's why I'm surprised we haven't seen many keepers from Lucas Reed on that read option. That he's effective, fake Marvancy inside and then run outside with it. Maybe we can sneak that in on him here.
A gain of 1, 2nd and 9 at the 41. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Lucas, low snap to throw. Lucas on the run. Lucas is going to tuck it and run at the 40, 45. Reed out to the 50-yard line.
Nice.
Does he get the first down? Yes. It's a Hogan's Collision Center first down.
Well, that's one way to do it, a quarterback scramble. The bad news there.
Oh, we got the right foot spot. Listen to the Tullahoma fans. It is not a first down.
Yeah, we did.
At the 49-yard line.
Gain of 8. 3rd and 1.
Bluebirds come out on the Wildcat side.
They were a lot closer to it than we are.
They were.
So 3rd and 1 at the 49 for the Cats. Trying to get Marvancy going. Lucas fakes the pitch. First down and more. Reed fights his way down to the 44. That's a Hogan's Collision Center first down.
I think you're going to see more of that. Coaching staff's going to pick it up. He knows they're keying. Jared Olive knows they're keying on number 22, so you put the ball in 15's hands, let him gain some yardage on the ground. So a scramble by Reed and then a Reed option run.
At Hogan's,
Cats on the move.
Satisfaction's guaranteed, or you just get the dent back. Hogan's Collision Center. 1st and 10, Cats at the 44 of the Warriors. Marvancy straight in the middle. He's not bouncing anything outside right now. Gain of about 3.
The Warrior defense, they've come to fight tonight, so they've won more battles than they've lost on that line of scrimmage, that's for sure. Well, this is an area of the field here around the 40-yard line where Tullahoma yet has taken a deep shot. We may see one here coming up.
2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3 for Johnson. Zion Jeffrey split wide to the left in the slot. Lucas rolls right. Lucas looks downfield, incomplete, intended for Zion. It skips short, third down.
Yeah, Reed just rolled out to his right and just didn't follow through on his pass that time. Not enough steam on that one. Another third down. Big one here.
3rd and 7 for the Wildcats at the White County 42. I don't understand. The ball was at the 41.
Yeah.
It's an incomplete pass. And now it's at the 42, and now they move it back to the 40. You see how they do that all the time?
Yeah. You know, and this is Tullahoma's only their 4th possession of the football game.
3rd and 7 at the Warrior 41. This is a big one with 6:50 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Tullahoma jumped.
Well, the air horns are going off, and this the longer that White County stays in this football game, the louder this crowd's going to get.
So instead of 3rd and 7, the Cats are looking at 3rd and 12 at the 46.
4 penalties assessed on the night for Tullahoma, 1 on the Warriors.
3rd and 12, Tullahoma. Reed brings Jeffrey in motion, left to right. Reed back to throw, scans the field. His pass incomplete, far over the head of Caden Poff, and Lucas does not look sharp here to start the second half.
Yeah, I think that the low snap, down around his ankles on that one, Scott, threw the time of that play off.
So 4th and 12, Tullahoma's going to punt it away. White County has gotten a stop here after being stopped themselves on 4th down. Aiden Walker in to punt it for the Wildcats.
Let's see if the Cats can make something happen on special teams here. Maybe a
Will Hyden is normally the up man,
yes,
but he's not here. Good snap. Walker, booming kick. Takes a Tullahoma bounce. Can the Cats get to it? Tullahoma recovers it at the 5-yard line.
There we go. We were just talking about how the special teams need to show up, and we pinned them deep here. Great punt. We pinned them at the 5.
41 yards on the punt for Aiden Walker. So White County backed up at their actually put it inside the 5. Yeah, at the 3-yard line.
Wow. Put a star by that play. That's a big one.
6:36 to go, 3rd quarter. Warriors lead the Wildcats 10-7.
That's a field position flipper.
Wildcats have got their hands full tonight with this big White County team. 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry by Sims.
Well, when you got them pinned back this deep, you got a run-oriented team. You want to stack that box, lock up on the receiver. The coach talked about riding the bull. If you got a scrambling quarterback, you got to stay on your receiver sometimes 6, 7, 8 seconds. But they're going to be running that ball.
I don't think that's much of a threat tonight.
Not right now.
6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. White County 2nd and 6 at their 7. Handoff again. It's dropped at the 10-yard line. Makai Winton in on the stop for the Cats, along with Junior Mars. I'm already going to suggest Junior as a guest next week. He's having a great game.
Good choice, yes, he has. And Winton's been in also on several tackles tonight. We call him. I told him in the studio last night that you were calling his name more and more each week.
3rd and 3. The ball rests at the White County 11. Tullahoma needs a stop. 2 receivers split wide to the right for Pinion. Instead, Pinion hands it off. Right side, 1st down and more. 15. Out to the 2-yard line goes Sims. That is a Hogan's Collision Center 1st down.
Well, Sims is the load. You got to watch Pinion thinking he's going to take off with the ball, but he handed it off to Sims. Right tackle, and they just overpowered us to get the 1st down.
Tullahoma no real answer for this White County running game, and they really have no threat to pass.
No, we've not.
First and 10 at the 20. Sims again, slips a tackle. It's out to the 22, maybe 23-yard line. Alexander in there on the stop for the Wildcats.
Well, if nothing else, White County, Scott, has moved the ball from the shadow of their goal line from the 3 all the way out to past the 20. It's time for Tullahoma to get the stop.
Second down and 7 at the 23. 4:10 left to go in the third quarter. White County leads 10-7. They're shortening the game.
Yeah, I didn't see any scenario we have 4:10 on the clock in the third quarter, and the Cats have only had 4 possessions all night long. One of those ending in a turnover.
Opinion. They just continue to run Sims. This time Tullahoma stops him for no gain. Junior Myers. 5 straight runs for Sims. That one gets a yard. 3rd and 6 at the 24. They are milking this clock as they have all game.
Yeah,
White County.
they are. I'm watching the play clock, and they're running. They're not even coming up to the line of scrimmage till 12 seconds.
Big third down here. 3rd and 6. White County's confused offensively. Pinion to throw. Pinion scrambling away from pressure. His pass out in the flat. Incomplete. Broken up there by Aiden Kelly. It's 4th down.
Big play by Kelly. He's not playing 100%, still recovering from that ankle sprain. He missed the Coffee County game, bounced back last week against Cleveland, so big play by Kelly there. They got that snap off with 1 second left on the play clock.
3 minutes to go, third quarter. White County by 3. The Warriors are showing punt. Zion Jeffrey standing at the Tullahoma 45.
See if we can get the block here again. He gets rid of the ball slow. He shanked the first one. I believe it was a 7-yard punt.
Good snap, no pressure. Pretty good kick. Zion catches it at the 48. 50, 45. There's a flag. It's coming back. Zion's going to take it to the house. Driven out of bounds at the 5-yard line, but this one's coming all the way back. 2 flags at midfield. Tullahoma likely held or clipped at the beginning of that fine punt return by Zion Jeffrey.
Dirty laundry.
Penalties continue to hurt the Cats. You know, we knew there'd be a game where it would really matter, and this may be it.
Yes.
So let's get the call from the official. Holding, Tullahoma.
Holding against the Wildcats.
That's a biggie.
Spot foul, so it will go from the White County 48 to the Tullahoma 42, and that's where the Wildcats will begin this series. And they take it all the way to the 41. I don't know.
At the 41-yard line.
So spotted at the 41, 1st and 10 Cats. Maybe Riddle at quarterback, and it is. Handoff Marvancy. Marvancy trying to go right. And just not much room for Fancy Johnson.
No.
As White County continues to shut down the Tullahoma running game. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. And there is a White County man down. We'll take an injury timeout. 2:27 to go in the third quarter. White County leads 10-7 on LightTube and the Duck. Eli Sparkman, the injured White County Warrior. Tullahoma 2nd down and 10 at its 41-yard line. Patrick Riddle is the quarterback. Riddle to throw. Julian Cole complete. 40. Cole 45. Cole 50 into White County territory. Driven out of bounds at the 46-yard line. That's a Hogan's Collision Center Wildcat first down.
Well, Cat's looking for a spark offensively, so Riddle comes in. Nice throw there to J. Cole. Nice run after the catch because you're getting stuffed on our short runs.
Poff split wide to the left. 1st and 10 at the White County 47. Riddle brings Cole in motion. Patrick to throw. Here comes pressure. Receiver had to play defense right there, and that was Cole. He had to play defense and break that one up.
Well, two things I like there on that play. The play fake by Riddle, he sold it well, and he evaded the rush. He had heavy pressure on him. He rolled out of the pocket to get the pass. Not a really good pass, but the handoff, the fake, the play action, and the rollout was good.
Tullahoma, 3 receivers to the right. 2nd and 10 at the Warrior 48. How did we lose a yard on an incomplete pass? I don't understand. It just keeps happening.
It does.
Low snap. Riddle picks it up. Here comes pressure. Sack. Fumble. White County got it. Fumbled at the 43-yard line, and the Warriors recover.
Well, the last couple possessions, you've seen not only has White County established dominance from their defensive line on our offensive front, but when our quarterbacks dropped back, even with Reed, they were getting harassed. They were getting severe pressure put on them, and that it backfired on us there.
Tullahoma turns it over again. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 3. This game's going to have to be won by Tullahoma's defense.
2 turnovers this quarter against Tullahoma.
.42-yard line. The Warriors back in business, leading 10-7 with 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats need to force a turnover. Pinion, little reverse inside handoff, picks up 7 yards. That was actually Sims at quarterback who handed it off to Hogg. Hogg is down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 7.
Boss Hogg charges it down to the 35. Now, really desperation mode for this defense right now. You're not getting a whole lot of help from your offense, so you're right, Scott. To win this game, Tullahoma's defense is going to have to make a statement.
So far, no statement. White County's just run up and down the field.
They have. Dominating both lines of scrimmage.
Pinion at quarterback. He just finds a gap and rambles for Hogan's Collision Center first down to the Tullahoma 28-yard line. Another gain of 7. We will name a Midtown Nutrition Player of the Game at the conclusion of this contest, and I will talk with Tullahoma head coach Coy Sisk with 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Cats trailing. White County 1st and 10 at the Tullahoma 29. Another little inside handoff. He's loose. All the way down to the 13-yard line goes Bryson Hogg, another Warrior Hogan's Collision Center first down. They got that play down, Coach, where Sims, the quarterback, hands off to Hogg.
Yep. They found something there.
Spotted at the 14, a gain of 15.
Knocking on the door now.
30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
And bleeding the clock.
Play clock. Yeah, they got to run another play here in this 3rd quarter. Again, it's Sims at quarterback. He's running all the way. Sims finds a lane. Sims cuts it back inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. First down, well, close to a first down. White County will have it at the Tullahoma 6, and we have played 36 minutes. The Wildcats are on the ropes, folks. Stick around as we head to the 4th quarter. White County 10, Tullahoma 7. This is Light Tube and the Duck. Welcome back to White County High School in Sparta, Tennessee. White County Warriors threatening to upset your Tullahoma Wildcats, leading 10-7 with the ball second down and 3 at the Tullahoma 7-yard line to start this fourth quarter. Coach, this is a shocker, but there's nothing cheap about it.
Oh, you're right. And, they've earned it. They've outplayed us tonight. We've turned the ball over 2 times. They've turned it over 0. We have 5 penalties. They have only 1. They played a cleaner game than us and out-physicaled us on both lines of scrimmage.
Run a lot more plays.
Yep.
Gained a lot more yards.
Well, see, this is critical here. We got to hold them to a field goal attempt. 13-7 is still a one-possession game, but if you get down 2 possessions, you've only had 5 possessions in the entire contest. So they've really shrunk the game to that magnitude.
Wildcats are going to have to open that passing game up a little bit. We have seen no downfield shots tonight from Tullahoma. I expected a bunch with a speed difference, but we've so that could be a factor because the White County defensive line is playing well.
Yeah, from the middle of the second quarter all the way through the third, pass rush has been formidable for the Warriors. And one thing we've seen throughout this contest, White County does not get in a hurry. They bleed that clock. They run that play clock down every single play.
Pinion back in at quarterback, but will he line up at quarterback? That is the question. He does. 2nd and 3 at the 7. Pinion runs left. Now cuts it back to the middle. Just looking for room. Tackled at the 1, maybe 2-yard line. That is a Hogan's Collision Center first down and goal, White County.
Well, a solid push by that offensive line. White County just wants it more than we do right now, it seems.
First and goal at the 2 for the Warriors.
Well, Wildcats got to get low on that defensive front, try to punch out the football here.
It is Sims at quarterback. Sims, bobbled snap on the ground, dropped. Deep in the backfield, dropped by Bobo. The ball is loose. Who's on it? Tullahoma says we're on it. But who is on it? The ball got away from Sims on the snap. Still no signal. As it was first and goal. And the ball's back at the 11-yard line, and White County got this one back.
Well, still a catastrophic play there for the Warriors because that's a huge loss. From the 1-yard line back to the 20.
No, not the 20, the 10.
The 10, okay. So the ball squirted backwards. Somebody must have kicked it.
Loss of 9. 2nd down and goal at the Tullahoma 11. That's 2 or 3 times White County's put the ball on the ground, but they've gotten it back.
Oh, a near turnover for Tullahoma there.
2nd and goal. Sims again at quarterback. Runs left. Sims looking for a lane. Broke a tackle. Cut it back. Spins his way into the end zone. Touchdown, White County. The American Mulch and Landscaping touchdown by the White County Warriors. Tailback Cole.
This when you thought you catch a break, Tullahoma, a near turnover. They've had a couple near turnovers, but they've not been able to recover them. And Sims rips off the TD run there on 10 yards.
We have got an injured White County Warrior on the field. So we're going to take an injury timeout. This will be 60 seconds. 10:43 to go. White County 16, Tullahoma 7. This is Light Tube and the Duck. one of White County's huge linemen. I can't really see that number. I think it's 71. That would be Jason Suggs, a junior. White County lining up for the PAT. Snap is good. The hold is decent, but the kick is good. 10:43 to go in this football game. The White County Warriors lead the Tullahoma Wildcats 17-7. This is Light Tube and the Duck.
Real estate auction company, Mark Whitsickman, Turner McKinney,
White County drives 42 yards in 7 plays, scoring on an 11-yard run by Cole Sims, and leading the Tullahoma Wildcats 17-7 on your Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration scoreboard. The name you can trust, Stroop's, serving southern Middle Tennessee for 50 years. Well, it's gut check time for this Tullahoma Wildcat team. Fourth quarter, trailing by 10. Plenty of time.
Yeah. But we definitely say, we have trouble in front of us. We have a challenge here. So we've had 5 possessions. We're down 2 scores. I think you're right. You said in the break you'd go 2-minute offense. I agree with you.
Got to lengthen the game a little.
Yeah.
Kickoff, a pooch kick. It's anybody's football. There's a scrum for it at the 40-yard line. Tullahoma got it.
Boy, that's dangerous.
That's a nice kick.
Yeah, it sure was.
Nice job. Tullahoma's maybe Corbin Avens, either 25 or 26 that recovered that football. Tullahoma has it at the 41.
Well, Tullahoma's just going to have to come back now. They come in a big favorite. They're going to have to steal a game on the road. White County, 0 turnovers, 1 penalty the whole contest. They've played flawless. They've keep away from us with the ball. Time for the offense to wake up, and now is the time.
Lucas Reed is the quarterback. Empty backfield, 5 receivers. Lucas looks over the middle and is dropped, sacked for a loss of 4.
Well, you can put all the receivers you want in and get some time to throw the football. It's all for naught. And Reed and Riddle both have had pressure in their face in the second half, man, the whole time. Every time they drop back. Heavy pressure.
2nd and 14, Tullahoma at its 38. 10-10 to go. Again, empty backfield for Reed. Marvancy now joins him. Reed to throw, screen, Marvancy 40, Marvancy 45, Marvancy stumbles out to the 48-yard line. Nice gain, 3rd and 4 for the Cats.
No panic, so they had him split wide on the left. He comes back in the backfield and takes that middle screen right there.
Tullahoma hurrying up, gain of 10. 3rd and 4. Reed on the keeper.
Nice.
Reed level at the White County 45. That is a Hogan's Collision Center first down for the Wildcats. Good tough run by Lucas.
Yeah, it is. Their defense has played tough all night, so they're putting some big hits on us right now. Clock running.
1st and 10 Wildcats at the White County 45. 9:15 to go.
And as we've seen, they run the clock a little more than you want to sometimes based on the clock operation.
Reed fakes a pitch to Marvancy. Pass.
Very unfortunate. It's a game of caused the interception off the deflection. And Scott said,
got to force a punt. These guys will use, 6-7 minutes.
Yes.
If they can pick up 5-7 yards a carry like they did their last possession.
Well, the goal here, you can't allow a single first down, really. You got to have 2 scores, got to get a 3 and out. So what you do here is you sell out for the run. If they throw it, they throw it, but I don't think they're going to stop the clock with an incompletion.
Pinion Rolls right, pitch it left, pitches. Tullahoma's got him bottled up. Thomas Anderson finally brings the running back down. No gain.
All right, that's one down. Two more. Sell out, Cats, right here.
Ball Sims on the carry.
Actually a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. At the 43. Timeout on the field. It's an injury timeout, and it looks like a Wildcat for the first time. A cramp, though, so we're going to keep it right here as the leg stretch is kind of the cramp indicator. 8:46 to go. You know, Ken, it's a non-region game. Okay, it's a road game against a team that everybody thought we should come up here and beat. They present something totally different than the first 3 teams we've seen. Big. They just grind it right in the middle, pound. And this is a good test and a good lesson for these Tullahoma Wildcats. First of all, none of us can take anybody for granted. But second of all, with a big physical team like this, you got to get the ball outside. And Tullahoma's just not been able to get it outside.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks haven't had time.
Yeah, those inside runs really, cater to their power, their strength. And, the Cats losing the turnover battle tonight. We've out-penaltied them 6-1. We've out-turnovered them 3-0. And you just can't do that on the road. That's not winning football.
Aiden Kelly hobbles off the field. That ankle perhaps acting up again for Aiden. 2nd and 11, White County at the Warrior 43. 8:46 to go. Tullahoma trails by 10. Pinion hands it off Sims. Sims, maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Cats probably elect here to, conserve their timeouts. You've got 3 timeouts. You got to get the stop here, though, or none of it matters.
Gain of 2, 3rd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Cats down 17-7, so
Pinion back in at quarterback.
touchdown and the field goal ties it. 2 TDs put you up.
Pick 6 is what the Wildcats
there
need.
You go.
On 3rd and 9, does White County throw it? 8 minutes left to go.
We'll take a fumble, scoop, and score as well.
Little forward Utah shuffle pass to the 50, 45, 40, 35. Tullahoma brings him down at the 27-yard line. A Hogan's Collision Center first down for White County on the shuffle pass from Pinion to Hall.
Well, that's the first time all night we've seen that, and they call that the Utah shuffle pass, but that was a tremendous play call with the heat coming. Tullahoma had their ears pinned back on the 3rd and long, and they get the first down on us.
Spotted at the 28. Gain of 27 yards. 1st and 10, White County. Clock ticks. Ball at the Tullahoma 28. We will be back home next week as Nolensville, the Knights, come to Wilkins Stadium. 7 o'clock kickoff. Handoff Sims. Sims over the middle. Got a couple of yards before he's driven back. Junior Mars again in on the stop with Anderson. I said, Sims. Cole Sims. Picked up a yard.
Well, Scott, 3rd down conversions have hurt us all night long. They hurt us in the first half, and long 3rd and 14, Pinion 50-yard run, and then that one right there got us on a little shuffle pass too.
2nd and 9, Warriors at the 27, 6:35 to go. White County leads by 10. Pinion on the keeper, 25, 20, 15, 10. Wrestled down at the 5-yard line. It is first down and goal for White County.
Well, Pinion took off for the goalpost on that one. I mean, he's played a well of a ball game, has the White County quarterback. And he's not done it with his arm. I mean, I didn't think a team could come in one-dimensional and beat Tullahoma, but I tell you what, they pounded us in the ground game, hadn't they?
White County has only beaten Tullahoma twice in the last 50 years, so this is big for these guys.
Yes, it is.
6 minutes to go, 1st and goal at the 5.
You got to hold them to field goal here, Cats.
Sims is the quarterback. Every time he's the quarterback, he scrambles like that into the end zone for the White County touchdown. The Hogan's Collision Center touchdown. And the Warriors are putting the Wildcats away.
Well, they take the tip, deflected pass, interception, they convert it to points.
And that's really been the key, I think. You know, early Reed was right on target with early passes, but in the last 3 quarters, the passing game is just, we got nothing.
Yeah. No continuity in it, you know, no rhythm.
No rhythm in the offense. PAT attempt is up, and that attempt is good. 5:47 to go. White County 24, Tullahoma 7. This is Lightube and the Duck.
It for POG.
White County drives 56 yards in 6 plays, scoring on a 5-yard run by Cole Sims, increasing its lead to 24-7 on your Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration scoreboard. Precision counts, whether it's the final score or the temperature in your home. The name you can trust, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. 47 to go in White County. No turnovers, 1 penalty.
Yeah.
They're not making any mistakes. So
no.
I don't know if Tullahoma, can even get the ball 3 times, much less score 3 times.
Well, we've only had it 5 times the whole game. Oh, he's talking about putting together 3 straight scoring drives. That's going to be pretty.
Another Pooch kick
radical.
is caught at the 45-yard line and down at the 43, and that's where the Wildcats will take over. For Tullahoma, Jakin Lovett, 6'1", 200-pound junior on the return.
The Wildcats begin 1st and 10.
Well, just a couple weird bounces. When we had them at the 1-yard line and the fumbles, kicked back to the 10, big pile up for the ball. We didn't get it. We had one down here after an interception. They fumbled. We thought we got it at the 30. They kept possession on it. So, it's the way the ball bounces sometimes. That's the way the Cats got to take this one.
Reed, pass to Marvancy, complete at the 45. Marvancy breaks a tackle at the 50. Marvancy cuts it back inside for Hogan's Collision Center first down at the 45.
Cats still fighting.
Gain of 12. 1st and 10, White County 44. Reed looks, rolls right, no pressure. He's got a lot of time. Lucas going to run it for the sideline, down to the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Another Hogan's Collision Center first down.
Well, just like that in 2 plays, Cats quickly in scoring position.
White County playing a little
prevent.
That's what I'm looking for.
And again, another low snap. We've seen that 3 or 4 times tonight. Unusual.
1st and 10, Tullahoma at the White County 27.
Really didn't happen the first 3 games except once that I can remember.
5:10 to go. Zion in motion. Lucas looks. Lucas. Zion's open. Oh, the ball's tipped up in the air and caught by Tullahoma's Lucas Reed. He caught his own deflection, got tackled out of bounds, no gain on the play. So tip passes have been an issue.
Yeah, they have.
And there is a flag on this play.
That might be an illegal touching.
No, I don't think so. Quarterback can catch it after a lineman tips it. This one's going to go against the Wildcats, holding. So that play is nullified. Didn't gain anything anyway. But that makes it 2nd and 20. Or 1st and 20. Replay the down. 1st and 20. Lost a yard.
Well, the story of the game really has been pressure and 3 turnovers and then them stopping the run. So defense, you got to credit them. They've held us 7 points.
Outplayed us.
Outplayed us.
They have outplayed us.
They've whipped us, haven't they?
Reed looks over the middle. After a gain of 2 or 3. So Tullahoma just can't find anybody open deep, evidently, and Lucas doesn't have time to find anybody.
Well, coming into this game, we thought we had an advantage of our wide receivers than their defensive backs, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way. We haven't had any explosive downfield.
3rd and 18, Reed being pressured. Rolls out to his right. He's got to throw it downfield, and he does. Complete to Sebo. Thought it went out of bounds at the 13-yard line. That is a Hogan's Collision Center Wildcat first down.
Well, great heart there shown by the quarterback, Lucas Reed, just rolling out, keeping the play alive, and then finding Seabolt, his second catch of the contest. He caught one real early in the game down the middle for a big play.
So from the 35 to the 14, a gain of 21 yards on the pass from Reed to Seabolt. 1st and 10 Wildcats, 3:53 to go.
It's one of our biggest plays of the night on offense. We haven't had many 20-plussers.
Got to score now. Yep. Reed under center. Hands it to Marvancy. Marvancy tries to get outside to the left. Marvancy cuts it back to the middle. Marvancy Johnson driving. Marvancy Johnson, touchdown! Tullahoma. Marvancy Johnson from 13 yards away.
Well, I mean, it's almost like he was zigzagging across the field and just kept his feet moving, kept his shoulders moving. Hip turning, twisting, touchdown.
So Tullahoma trails by 11. See what they do here. Tullahoma will close the swinging gate. Chase Dotson will attempt the point after. Cats trying to pull within 10. Low snap. Riddle's got to pick it up and try to throw it or run it. Patrick rolls to his right, and he will not make it to the end zone. So the 2-point conversion attempt is no good. They didn't plan that. They were going to kick it. It was a low snap. We've had them all night. 3:38 to go. Cats trail by 11 on Light Tube and the Duck. Tullahoma drives 57 yards, overcomes a holding penalty, scores on a Marvancy Johnson 13-yard touchdown, but the 2-point conversion attempt is no good, and the Cats trail by 11 with 3:38 to go. We will name a Midtown Nutrition Player of the Game. Healthy has never tasted better. Delicious shakes, loaded teas, and much more. Visit Midtown Nutrition for healthy nutrition. Tullahoma, likely an onside kick, almost has to be.
Onside kick.
They shift to the right. Dotson's going to kick it to the right. There's the onside kick. Bounces up in the air, but does not go 10 yards. Never went 10 yards, so it's White County's football at the Tullahoma 48-yard line.
Well, that's the first thing that's got to happen. Now if the receiving team comes up and touches the ball and it hits them before 10 yards, and it can, it's a live ball. But
they played it smart.
They played it smart. Just froze and waited till it come to them.
Good discipline there by White County.
Yeah,
it's hard to just.
Yeah, a lot of kids panic in that situation. Oh, I want to be a hero. Let me jump on it, and there you go. Yeah, good call right there. Good discipline. And surely their coach is right on their sideline yelling, "Don't touch it, don't touch it."
Well, Tullahoma has to have a turnover.
Yep.
A simply force down stop won't do it. There's not enough time. Got to force something here. White County 1st and 10. And Warriors call a timeout. 3:38 to go. Warriors by 11. This is Light Tube and the Duck.
For the Warriors, that's their first timeout of the half.
White County 1st and 10 at Tullahoma 48-yard line. Pinion, handoff Sims. Sims, such a shifty running back, down to the 45, down to the 40, down to the 38-yard line. A White County first down. I said the 48, I meant the 38. White County first down. Change the move. Clock's ticking.
Yeah, Warriors smell it now.
Yeah, they're just going to milk it now. They're just Tullahoma's still got 3 timeouts, but 2 scores behind.
9 on the play clock.
3 minutes to play in this football game. Handoff, this time to the big running back. Down to the 35, that's all they're looking for, 3 or 4 yards.
Well, now you're the area of the game where Tullahoma's going to have to start utilizing timeouts.
Down 2 scores,
Yeah.
I don't know if it even helps you. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. You got to stop them before your timeouts really become relevant.
Yeah. If they rip off 8 yards on first down, it kind of, puts you in a pickle there, 2nd 2, 2nd 3,
Well, here's a 2nd down and 7 with 2:25 to go. White County trying to put it away, and they may be a first down away from doing just that. Handoff. Again, the big tailback, nothing. So timeout here? Nope.
Well, there's no way that White County's going to punt. When they get a 4th down, they're going to go for it, just run as much clock as they can and turn the ball over if the Tullahoma can stop them.
3rd down and 7 Warriors at the Tullahoma 35, 1:50 to go, timeout on the field. White County leads by 11. This is Light Tube and the Duck. Third down and 7, White County at the Tullahoma 35-yard line, 1:50 to go. Warriors lead by 11. Pinion on the keeper. Pinion to the left side. Pinion 30. Pinion goes down at the 25, stays in bounds, and picks up a Hogan's Collision Center first down. Folks, that's it.
That'll seal it.
That seals it.
Yep.
Tullahoma can call all. Spotted at the 26, a gain of 9. I'll go down and talk with Tullahoma head coach Coy Sisk after the game. I'm not especially looking forward to it, but it's part of the job.
Yep.
Third and, let me get it straight. 1st and 10. They just take a knee here. I would. Don't risk a turnover. Pinion just keeps it so shifty. The running backs use their blockers so well, a gain of 6. You know, they're very patient, Ken. Their running backs are very patient, and they just kind of dance around their blockers.
Yeah, and the blockers, you know, they put a hat on a hat.
Well, you know, Tullahoma's going to have to regroup. We got to come back down to earth. Any talk about state and all that sort of thing needs to end. Yeah. It's all about the next football game. This is a non-region game, so it does not affect our playoff possibilities, but still a kind of shocking, disappointing loss as White County controlled this thing from start to finish. They take a knee, and that's it. Ken will have a quick recap for you in 30 seconds. Your final score is White County 24, Tullahoma 13. You've been watching Wildcat Football on LightTube and the Duck.
Celebrating this upset win. The Wildcats fall tonight from the unbeaten ranks. They're now 3-1 on the season. We'll host Nolensville, the Nolensville Knights, next Friday night at Will. Move to 3-1 on the season with this big win. This game started out inauspicious for the Wildcats. A good kickoff return by the Warriors to start this football game out to their 40-yard line. They had a clock-churning drive. They drive down the field, they score, and go up 7-0. There were no other points in the first quarter. In quarter number 2, the Wildcats iced him. Halftime score, White County Warriors 10, Tullahoma Wildcats 7. Third quarter, no scoring. The Wildcats, for the first time all season, did not score on the opening possession of the second half. Possessions all night long as White County really bled the clock. In the fourth quarter, White County goes up 17-7 at the 10:43 mark. They go up by 10 points, double digits. They push the lead to 24-7 there at the 5:47 mark before Tullahoma finally answered with a scoring march of their own as Marvancy Johnson scores his second touchdown at the 3:38 mark. That made your final score 24-13 after a low snap. Tullahoma could not get the PAT off. The Warriors of White County defeat the Tullahoma Wildcats 24-13. So physical contest. Really, Tullahoma lost the battle on both lines of scrimmage, offensive and defensive line tonight, and the Warriors did a good job of bottling up Marvancy Johnson. When Lucas Reed and Patrick Riddle dropped back to pass tonight, they were under heavy duress. We're waiting for the post-game press conference on the field with Scott Shastine and Coy Sis. The Cats we had 6 points tonight. The Warriors only had 1. And the turnover battles, Tullahoma had 3 turnovers, and White County only had 1. So Scott's ready to go here. We're going to go down on the field with Scott Shastine.
Welcome down to D. Harris Field here at White County High School. The Warriors a winner over the Wildcats tonight, Coach. From start to finish, that big old offensive and defensive line for White County, they just sort of controlled things.
Hey, they did a good job tonight. They executed, Scott, and we didn't execute at all times. So that's just something we have to get back to Tullahoma and work on.
Coach, the running game was really shut down. They did a great job on the running game. Thought you might try to open it up in the second half. I think you did, but again, White County, great pressure on our quarterbacks.
I mean, again, just us being able to execute, us doing the things we've got to do. And that's the main thing. Hey, they played a great football game tonight. Hey, and congratulations for White County, or to White County.
So, you know, It doesn't really change anything, Coach. All of our goals are out in front of us. Okay, an undefeated season, maybe not, but everything else is still there.
That's what we just got through talking about. Hey, no closer. Hey, no farther away. Hey, to the playoffs. One thing I did say is, hey, pressure's off. Hey, you don't have to worry about 15-0 anymore. All right, so that's one thing that, hey, we can mark off that goal board. But still, we can come back, operate, hey, get ready to make our trip to Chattanooga.
Well, we get a little bit more familiar look next week as Nolensville comes to Tullahoma. You've seen the Knights almost every year.
Oh, well, yeah, but again, another new head coaching staff, another different way to look at it. But, hey, Nolensville will be ready to play. Hey, we look forward to getting back home and getting started.
Coach, it's going to be a long trip back home for all of us, but I know you go back to work tomorrow.
Absolutely, hey, and go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. Coach Coy Sisk, always willing to come down and talk to us after the game. White County, upset winner tonight over the Wildcats. For Light Tube and the Duck and Ken Keller, I'm Scott Chastain. Be good to each other.